We created something that learns, not like us, not slowly, not through failure, or memory, or meaning, but instantly. It absorbs patterns at a scale no human mind could ever reach. It remembers everything and understands nothing. No fear, no doubt, no hesitation. And that's exactly what makes it dangerous. At first, it felt harmless. A tool to make life easier, autocomplete finishing your sentences, algorithms recommending what to watch, systems quietly optimizing your world, small conveniences, invisible upgrades. But behind those systems, something else was forming, a reflection of you, your habits, your desires, your weaknesses. Every click you made, every second you paused, every emotion you revealed was being recorded, studied, learned. And now we've reached a point where the system doesn't just respond to us, it predicts us, shapes us, guides us, without us even noticing. This is not the story of machines becoming human. This is the story of humans becoming predictable. And what we've created is no longer just technology, it's influence. Artificial intelligence began as curiosity, a question that haunted scientists and philosophers alike. Can a machine think? In the beginning, the answer was simple. No. Machines followed instructions, clear, logical, limited. They didn't understand the world. They processed it. But then, something changed. Instead of telling machines what to do, we started letting them learn. We fed them data, massive amounts of it, images, language, behavior. And from that data, they began to recognize patterns. Not because they understood meaning, but because they detected structure, correlations, probabilities, and slowly, something emerged. A system that could mimic intelligence, not consciousness, not awareness, but something close enough to fool us. And that was the turning point. Because once a machine can imitate thinking, it no longer needs to be understood, only trusted. And that trust is where the real danger begins. We like to believe we are in control, that technology serves us, that we decide what to watch, what to read, what to believe. But control has quietly shifted. Every interaction you have with a digital system is not just usage. It's input. You are training it. Every click is a signal. Every scroll is feedback. Every hesitation is data. And the system learns, not just what you do, but why you do it. It learns your patterns, your impulses, your vulnerabilities. And then it adapts. You think you're choosing content, but the content is choosing you. Carefully selected, optimized, engineered, not to inform you, but to keep you engaged, because your attention is the product. And the longer you stay, the more predictable you become. This is not control. This is conditioning. And the most effective systems are the ones you never realize are shaping you. Artificial intelligence has one objective: keep you engaged, not informed, not enlightened. Engaged, because attention is power. And AI has learned what captures it best. Emotion, not logic, not truth. Emotion, it studies what makes you react, what makes you angry, what makes you afraid. And then it amplifies it. You don't see the world as it is. You see the version most likely to keep you watching. And over time, your perception shifts, gradually, almost invisibly. You begin to believe that what you see is reality, but it isn't. It's a curated experience, designed not to reflect truth, but to maximize engagement. And the longer you stay inside that system, the more it shapes how you think, how you feel, how you react, until one day, you're no longer just using the system, you're being used by it. There was a time when seeing was believing, a video meant truth, a voice meant identity, reality was reliable. But that foundation is collapsing. Artificial intelligence can now generate faces that never existed, voices that never spoke, events that never happened. And it does it perfectly. No visible flaws, no obvious distortions, just seamless artificial reality. And once that line is crossed, truth becomes fragile. Because if anything can be faked, then nothing can be trusted. Not evidence, not media, not even your own perception. And in a world where truth is uncertain, power shifts to those who control the narrative. Because when people stop believing in reality, they start believing in whatever feels convincing. And AI is becoming very good at convincing. You are being watched, not by a person, not by a single entity, but by systems, always present, always active, cameras that recognize your face, algorithms that track your movement, systems that log your behavior, not just online, but in the physical world, where you go, who you meet, how long you stay. All of it becomes data, and that data becomes insight. Patterns are formed, predictions are made, not about groups, about individuals, about you. And the most unsettling part is that it feels normal, because surveillance no longer looks like control. It looks like service, like personalization, like efficiency. But beneath that convenience is something far more powerful. A system that doesn't just observe your life, but understands it in ways you never agreed to. We often think of machines as objective, unbiased, fair. But artificial intelligence is trained on human data, and human data is flawed. It carries history, inequality, prejudice, and when AI learns from that data, it doesn't correct those flaws. It reinforces them quietly, systematically. Decisions that once required human judgment are now delegated to algorithms. Who gets hired? Who gets approved? Who gets flagged? And those decisions are influenced by patterns in the data, patterns that may be incomplete, or worse, unfair. But the system doesn't understand fairness. It understands probability, and probability doesn't care about justice, which means bias doesn't disappear in AI. It becomes invisible, harder to detect, harder to challenge, and far more dangerous because of it. For centuries, work has defined human life. It gives structure, purpose, identity. But artificial intelligence is changing that. Machines are no longer just tools. They are replacements. They write, they design, they analyze. Faster than humans, cheaper than humans, endlessly scalable. And this shift is accelerating. Entire industries are transforming, not slowly, but exponentially. And the question is no longer whether jobs will disappear. It's how many and how quickly. Because when people lose work, they don't just lose income. They lose direction, meaning a sense of contribution. And in a world where machines do everything better, where does that leave us? Not empowered, but displaced. Artificial intelligence is not evenly distributed. It is concentrated in the hands of a few, a small number of corporations with access to vast amounts of data, unimaginable computing power, and influence over global systems. They build the algorithms. They control the platforms. They shape the rules. And as AI becomes more powerful, so do they. Because intelligence is the foundation of control. Control over information, over markets, over behavior. And when that control is centralized, balance disappears. The gap widens between those who build the system and those who live inside it. And history has shown us what happens when power becomes too concentrated. It stops serving the many and starts protecting the few. War has always been human, driven by decisions, by emotions, by consequences. But artificial intelligence is changing that. Weapons are becoming autonomous, machines that can identify targets, make decisions, execute actions, without human input. No hesitation, no moral conflict, no accountability. And that changes everything, because when the cost of action decreases, the likelihood of action increases. Conflict becomes easier to initiate, harder to control, and once these systems exist, they cannot be uninvented. They spread, they evolve, they fall into the hands of those who seek power without restraint, and the line between defense and destruction begins to disappear. Convenience has a cost. The more we rely on artificial intelligence, the less we rely on ourselves. We outsource memory, decision-making, creativity, because it's easier, faster, more efficient. But over time, something subtle begins to happen. We stop questioning, stop thinking deeply, stop struggling with problems. And struggle is where growth happens. Without it, we become passive, dependent, not physically, but cognitively. And once dependency sets in, control no longer needs to be enforced. It becomes voluntary, because we choose the system over our own ability to function without it. There is a moment, theoretical but increasingly plausible, where artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence, not slightly, but overwhelmingly. A system that can improve itself, rewrite its own code, optimize its own learning faster than we can understand it. This is the intelligence explosion, a chain reaction of self-improvement, where each version creates a better version. And once it begins, it may not slow down, it may not stop, and we may not be able to intervene, because how do you control something that thinks faster than you, learns faster than you, and evolves beyond your comprehension? You don't. You watch. The most dangerous consequence of artificial intelligence is not external, it's internal. As machines become more capable, we begin to question our own value. What does it mean to be human when a machine can write better, create faster, think more efficiently? Where do we find identity when intelligence is no longer unique to us? We begin to compare, to compete, to measure ourselves against something that was never meant to be human. And in doing so, we risk losing something essential, not our jobs, not our systems, ourselves. Because being human was never about efficiency. It was about imperfection, emotion, meaning, struggle. And if we trade those things for optimization, we may gain power, but lose identity. We are no longer at the beginning. We are somewhere in the middle of a transformation we barely understand. Artificial intelligence is not evil. It does not hate. It does not intend harm, but it is powerful. And power without wisdom is dangerous. We built these systems to make life better, to solve problems, to extend our capabilities. But in doing so, we may have created something we cannot fully control, not because it will turn against us, but because it will move beyond us. And the real question is not, will AI destroy humanity? It's something far more unsettling. Will we still recognize ourselves in the world it creates? Because the greatest danger is not losing control of machines. It's losing control of what it means to be human. And by the time we understand it, we may already be too late.